secret to creating engaging YouTube videos that retain viewers and get them hooked on your content isn't the editing, it's not the animations or cinematic B-roll, it's the script. If you're new here, I'm Maddie. I'm a former medical doctor turned creator. Over the past 5 years, I've grown multiple YouTube channels, this one to over 1 million. I've created hundreds of videos and generated millions of views. In this video, I'm gonna show you the exact framework I use to script high quality videos that keep people watching. It's a snippet from a workshop I gave inside our program 3D Creator, which almost everyone told me was crazy valuable. So I really hope you enjoy it. You might be saying, oh, do I really have to script out my videos? Can I just wing it? Can I just go on camera and start talking? You can, but from my experience, unless you're a very fluent speaker, public speaker or lecturer or something like that, or you know the topic so well and you can easily get into the groove, I would not recommend that. It is a lot more efficient to plan and prepare ahead of time as opposed to just raw dog winging it on the spot like I'm doing these videos right now. And so the way that I think about videos, and this is mainly for educational content, but I think it applies broadly just to any good content, is that we are telling a story. Now in the video, this is broken down into multiple parts. We have first the hook of the video, which you can think of like as the first 10 seconds of the video or something. Then we have an introduction into the video, followed by whatever points we want to cover in our videos. I personally like 3 points. I think 3 is a magic number. It's simple, it's easy for people to follow along with, and it doesn't feel too overwhelming. And then of course we have the outro of the video that kind of wraps everything up together. So the hook of the video is probably the most important part of the video. The number one goal of the hook of the video is to deliver. And what do I mean by deliver? I mean deliver on the package, right? Someone needs to know, did I make a good choice? Am I in the right place? Did the first thing that you say deliver on the promise that the title and thumbnail provided? And so a few ways that a lot of creators tactically do this. They can either repeat the title. So if the title was like how to lose weight in 30 days, the hook of the video could basically start off as I lost this much weight in 30 days. The worst thing you can do is have a video called how to lose weight in 30 days. And then the video starts and it's just like you telling a story about going to Japan or something, right? They're gonna immediately click off the video because it's like, what the heck? We don't want to clickbait. We want to deliver on the promise. And then the second thing that we could or should do is also show the thumbnail. So if the thumbnail of the video shows an overhead shot of your iPad or something, then the first frame of the video can also be showing that iPad. That is also going to reinforce, they're like, I am in the right place. That's exactly what I wanted to see. And so I want to give you a few variations, like a framework to think about writing hooks so that we also don't get stuck, because it's easy to get stuck writing hooks. And so the first and really simple idea is, I call it question hook. So just asking a question. Have you ever felt like you waste too much time scrolling on your phone? Number 2, I call a statement hook. And this one can be like making a bold claim or bold statement, right, to boost the video. If the video was how to stop wasting time on your phone, the statement that I start off the video could be like 80% of adults spend 10 plus hours on their phone. Some crazy statement that makes them feel like this is exactly the problem I face. 3, I call this a story hook. The story hook is when you start off the video with a case study or a story describing exactly what you're going to say. So you can say like, I don't know, Taylor Swift has said many times that her secret to success isn't productivity, but it's not using her phone. And as a bonus, if you were going to start your story with like Taylor Swift, for example, then putting her in the thumbnail might also be a good idea. And then the last one that I want to go over is a very visual hook. So this one is just going super high effort, putting a lot of B-roll, putting a lot of visual elements, sound effects to make it feel like this is a very professional video, right? Like this person spent a lot of time and work into this video. This is going to be fucking good, right? If they feel that right when they start the video, they're more likely to stay watching it because there's a lot of effort and investment that was put into it. The next part we move into is the introduction. And the introduction, or what you might call, some people also call like the setup of the video or the context of the video, this I think should be no more than like 20 to 30 seconds as well. We're trying to get into the video as fast as possible so people don't feel like their time is being wasted, they're not getting bored. And I really like Alex Hormozzi's framework for the introduction as well. We want to include the 3 Ps, and that is the promise. What exactly are they going to get from watching this video? The path, how you're going to get them to that promise, and the proof, what evidence do you have and why should they listen to you to get there? In this video, I'm going to show you the exact 3-step system I use to save 2+ hours a week from my phone. And I know this works because not only have I done it myself, but I have helped hundreds of students in my program StudyQuest do the same, and it's helped them get results like this, this, and this. You can also introduce yourself in your videos. You don't have to do this. I think it's a good idea, at least for a lot of our early videos, so people get to know your face and recognize you. Hey, I'm Maddie. I'm a former medical doctor. I help creators build online education businesses, and then go into these 3 things. The hook and the intro should be like 30 seconds. Shorten it as much as possible. Get that tight, and so we can get into the meat of the video, which is going to be what I call the 3 points. Now, there's a specific way to script and deliver the points in the video. It goes build up, payoff, and then transition. The biggest mistake that creators make is telling them what it is too early. So for the phone example, they'd be like, so tip number 1 is to uninstall all the apps from your phone. And then they spend like the next minute or 2 explaining why you should remove all the apps from your phone. But if I'm a viewer and I'm listening to that, I already got the point. I'm just gonna skip past it now to get to the next big payoff. And so a really powerful and simple thing you can do is just flip the order that you give them that information. So explain why first, and then give them the point. You want to tell a story or give context and evidence around why it's so important before you give them the point itself. When I'm on my phone a lot, even if I'm not using a social media app and I get a notification, I'll click on the notification and then I'll waste time scrolling through my feed, even though that wasn't what I intended to do. And sometimes I even forget why I'm searching for something on my phone in the first place. And so my first tip is to just remove the social media apps from your phone. So you see how I just flipped it there? I explained why first, and I showed visually what happens if I don't do this tip, and then I pay off what the tip is to remove those apps from your phone. Right after you pay off whatever point you had, you immediately want to transition into the next point. And the transition is basically another hook. Re-engage them that whatever information you just gave them is not the full picture, or it's not complete without this next step, or that somehow it leads nicely into this next tip. And so, for example, even after I removed all social media apps from my phone, without changing this one setting, it didn't actually help. And you're gonna keep doing that for as many points as you have in the video. So once we finish delivering all of our points, then the last part of the video is the outro. Now, a big mistake, again, that a lot of creators make in the outro is that they just recap the entire video. They'll just be like, all right, so point number 1 was this, point number 2 was that, point number 3 is this, and this is why it's gonna help you out. That's a terrible way to end the video because most people will just go to the end of the video and then they will just watch that tiny part, and then they're gonna put in the comments, oh, just go to minute 6 to get the whole recap of the video. And then no one's gonna watch the video because they usually go to the comments when they come to the video. And so the outro, as crazy it is, you wanna add some new insight if you can. And what I mean by new insight is that now that they have all 3 points, what does that unlock? What does that give you? So now that you have all 3 of these points, you'll realize that it's actually this, or it's something like this. So giving them some new insight or new aha moment as they now have the full system or all 3 of those points. Another mistake you can make that kills the retention of your video is to just start rambling and then saying like, oh, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciated it. I spent so much time doing this. Don't forget to like the channel, subscribe, blah, 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 all that stuff. The moment that people start feeling like the video is over, they're gonna click off. And so that's why the last thing you should do in your video is to try to hook them again and get them to watch another video or click on the link to go check out your landing page. And the way that we're gonna do that is this 2-step process. The first step is to recall something from previously in the video. And then step 2 is to use that point and set up the next video that they should watch. And so you remember earlier in the video when I said you should remove all the apps from your phone? Well, I actually created a really simple process for doing this that only took me 5 minutes to do. And so if you wanna learn how to do that, check out this video over here, right? So you see what I did there? If all of your videos eventually just lead into the next one, lead into the next one, or lead into another problem, and they're basically creating this web of binge-worthy content where they're stuck in your ecosystem. And I want to just end this on why this is so important to do. And it all has to do with this YouTube analytic that you're going to see a lot, which is called retention. So retention of the video is what percentage of people made it to a particular point in the video. So we sometimes look at like the end video retention. If it was like 30%, that means that while watching the video, only 30% of people made it to the end of the video. And what's cool in YouTube analytics is you can see the retention of people as it drops throughout the video. The biggest drop in retention, where most people will leave watching your video, is in the first 30 seconds. That's why the hook and intro are so important. So if we can stop most people from leaving, usually they'll continue watching more of the video. And so the whole goal with us, hooking them once in the hook, hooking them again with the whole promise and the proof, and then hooking them every single time we pay off a point, what we're doing is creating little milestones to increase the retention. We're including little tiny parts where people might get reinterested in the video, and then 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 just stay till the end. Scripting isn't just about writing down what you want to say. It's creating an experience that keeps people wanting more. And you want to know another secret? Everything I showed you can actually be enhanced and accelerated using AI. So if you want to install an AI-powered content engine into your creator workflow, that's just one of the things that we do inside 3D Creator. I'll drop a link below if you're interested. But of course, AI is only as powerful as the person using it. And so if you want to learn how to prompt it for better content, I created a full guide right here for how to use AI to create content without sounding fake.